Ladies and gentlemen, Convocation. And as I capacity of Sierra Leone, welcome you all. I'll be busy. Possession of the Chancellor. Trying to progress.
Somebody said, okay.
This possession signifies,
which is the institutions. Precisely those that you are seeing now are the deans of faculties of both IPAM and that of commerce. Then also we also see stakeholders from the University of Sierra Leone. They are processing. We also see professors accompanying the Chancellor.
For the government of degrees, diplomats.
Apparently, as you can see, the procession continues. It's actually a very beautiful display in the sunny morning here at the Jaikauda Amphitheatre, Far College. After a long time, Simbikoma. Thank you.
By dictates of the marshal, officials, please just ease the stage a while. Please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mondagojas. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Honorable Minister is not yet here. The Chancellor, visiting Chancellors, visiting Vice Chancellors and Principals.
The patience to endure. O Allah, bless our guardians, their parents, and their guardians. May their education be a means of benefiting, serving, and upholding integrity in our nation. O Allah, make them leaders who serve their nation with sincerity, with wisdom, serve with dedication and commitment. Reward their efforts, increase their integrity and sincerity.
To them as they work to make our degrees more marketable and faster. Lord, we intercede for our academic staff. Your word declares, "Woe to him who causes one of these to stumble." Strengthen our lecturers to be mentors of integrity, refusing all forms of corruption, bribery, or requests for sexual favors. Fill them with compassion, excellence, and professionalism as they shape the minds and societies and godliness. Finally, we pray for parents, guardians, and sponsors. May the efforts of these silent heroes never go in vain, and may they live long enough to enjoy the fruits of their labor. We commit this ceremony, these graduates, and the university into your mighty hands. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you very much, Reverend Oliver Hadi. I'll now call on the University Registrar, Mr. Monda Levy, to give the welcome address.
Madam Chancellor and Chairperson of the University Court, His Excellency, the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Sierra Leone, and visitor to the University, the Honorable Vice President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, the Chief Minister, the Minister of Technical and Higher Education, and ministers and deputy ministers of government here present, court members of the University of Sierra Leone, the vice chancellors and principals of public and private universities and other tertiary institutions of Sierra Leone, deputy vice chancellors of the University of Sierra Leone and other universities here present, Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, Your Worship, the Mayor of Freetown and Legion of Leone here present, honorable members of Parliament and our development partners, alumni, staff and students of the University of Leone, members of the Fourth Estate, esteemed and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. It is my honor and profound pleasure to welcome you all to this cherished gathering, our 2025 Convocation ceremony, a moment filled with a pride, tradition, and boundless possibilities. Victims of circumstance, but as victims of circumstance, but as victors of resilience. We celebrate a university that our Vice Chancellor stewarded by the sterling performance of our newly established brass band. Their music will...
Madam Minister, the important progress we have made this year, as well as masters in social work. FBC has also acquired a new box, and in partnership with NP, we are building an ultra-modern and use this farm and use this. This time we have limited our didactic abundance, but a movement that celebrates a new beginning. Seated here today in your colorful academic gowns that signify the disciplines that will follow your names, I am proud you chose to earn your degrees from the outstanding spirit of the University of Sierra Leone. It is worth celebrating, but the steps you are about to take when you leave your seats today might lead to different paths. Your step into the future is where the road might diverge. Let your mindset design this divergence and help determine your journey. This will be the first transformation that will confront you, from one nervousness to one of a thriving enterprise. The path into the future is the thrust of my address to you today, and it is titled Transformation, a step into the future and a world with or without jobs. This topic is mere theater, or cling to the past, or who treat knowledge as final rather than evolving. If you subscribe to the latter, your step into the future is already worldly. Most of the professions you have acquired your degrees in have already been automated or augmented, leaving you to ask whether that might be the end of work, or will AI destroy your job opportunities. Madam Chancellor and Honorable Minister, the thrust of my message to you all seated here today is one that pits your technical skills and knowledge against intelligent machines and tools of the future. Both your skills and knowledge need to be paired with your capacity for ethical judgment, moral courage, and unwavering integrity in the face of transformation. A fundamental point for you to consider is one where moral considerations impact future job prospects, especially if you edge towards moral bankruptcy. A good number of graduates get hired into positions that require financial stewardship, but they quickly fail this test because they lack the ethical foundation in their career choice. Many employers are hungry for employees with good character, empathy, and accountability. And where you lack authenticity and compassion, your job prospects evaporate quickly. Madam Chancellor and Honorable Minister, in my journey of transformation within which you have sat and listened keenly, I pose a mouthful of questions to the exhausted ears of these graduates. getting you to rethink your next steps beyond graduation. The jobs in a traditional office or even NGOs settings have long been with the chaffs blown in the wind with every strategic cut made by employers in the face of AI. Options remain for each of these graduating class today. This graduating class is one that is technologically savvy than the generation before it. Among the myriad of challenges we face across Sierra Leone, I want you to use your technological advantage to create jobs and diversify the economy. For those are the viable seeds you can water to bloom to the banks. Madam Chancellor and Honorable Minister, I want these young men and women to utilize this advantage to innovate and leapfrog to wealth creation. Our farmers yearn for tools to predict yields, just as healthcare workers in most remote parts of Sierra Leone have a quest for diagnostic aids. I have no doubt if you build AI tools in our local languages for local entrepreneurs to address their problems, you are well into building a company or enterprise that positions you as a nation builder. Madam Chancellor and Honorable Minister, I see so much brilliance in this graduating class. You can land on the moon if you dare to. Empower yourself with new skills. Step from here into that world that seems devoid of joy and create chains of them. I want to charge your internal decision-making with the courage of the warthog, or what we call Kasongo, an outstanding African wildlife that has a fighting spirit, tough and fearless, and always searching for adventure. And that is what I see in these young men and women seated here today. When you combine such curiosities with creativity, leadership, integrity, and critical thinking skills, there will be many jobs to have. Help build Sierra Leone with your energy and knowledge, where others have failed to see possibilities. Define new jobs. Alone or in partnership with your colleagues, you'll be able to create a place in this society where you'll be acknowledged. Madam Chancellor and Honorable Minister, as we confer the degrees on these young men and women and award them their diplomas and certificates today, let them receive it with pride, but remain thirsty or hungry for lifelong learning. In closing, I congratulate you, the graduates, together with your parents, friends, families, and lecturers on your wonderful achievement. May this day remain memorable and filled with God's richest blessing. And may good tidings never cease to visit you and your household throughout this Christmas and the new year ahead, and for all the days of your life. Congratulations, and may you go forth and be fruitful in life. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Professor Leone, the Vice Chancellor and Principal of the University of Sierra Leone. I now call on the Chancellor of the University of Sierra Leone, Dr. PC Margaret Baobani IV, to give her address, the first female Chancellor of the University of Sierra Leone.
Madam Minister of Technical and Higher Education, my Vice Chancellor and Principal of University of Sierra Leone, kindly allow me to stand on existing protocols so that I can deliver this short statement in time. The theme which we have used, the Vice Chancellor and myself, is transformation, a step into the future and a world with or without jobs. My dear graduates, in the next hour or two, you leave this amphitheater as graduates of the University of Sierra Leone. You will be transforming from your 3, 4, or even more years of going through a structural learning system in the university where you have focused on a very limited knowledge of a course or program to a world where it is up to the individual to chart a way for self-development in life. You will be entering the world of work. Even with respect to the narrow area of knowledge of your studies at university might have offered you, it is important to note that the title of your degree, at whatever level, be it at baccalaureate or advanced degree levels, does not translate into you having absolute cognitive understanding of every aspect of your set study. What the degree certificate actually says is that individual X attended this institution of learning for X period of time. Over this period, he or she was conditioned and exposed to X course area of study. She responded to the conditioning as it may be. The degree does not say you know everything, as you have studied even if you gain a first-class honors, but rather it measures the response to a conditioning exercise over a period of time. Such conditioning exercise is germane to the world of work, which refers to all the opportunities, the social structures related to jobs and careers, including all systems of employment, be it volunteer or other activities that provide purpose. This will include skills, knowledge, and relationship necessary in a career, as well as the dynamic changes of the workplace, driven today by technology and automation. That is why assessments at universities are not limited to examinations on only the subject matter knowledge. They explore to measure skills, relationships, as in teamwork, and drive, as in taking the initiative to do more than required, or just the zest to seek extra information. My friends, the university has merely laid the foundation for the plunge you are now going to take in life. It is a transformation from structured guidance by the university system and your parents or guardians to an environment where you will be mainly on your own, becoming fully independent. What will this mean? If you are fortunate, you gain employment where you will be working with other people, then socialization into the workforce of that establishment will involve finding your place in the system of division of labor, your career development, and the fulfillment of your dreams. The whole trajectory of every graduate is to secure a job in the area of his university course immediately after graduation, which may not be possible these days. You may need skills which your university course did not cover, but these are now needed to meet the demands of the job. Furthermore, in this technological age, there is now a necessary trend of humans and machines sharing workload, which leads to new jobs, new roles, and of course, therefore, new skills. This is a transformation process envisaged by the conditioning exercise at university when you were told to be at some place at some time, or go to some place within some period, or bring some report on some issue within some period of time, or team exercise. So do not be despondent. You are leaving the university matured and with the whole range of useful skills. For example, group assignments must have prepared you for teamwork. You have inculcated leadership skills and initiative as you did your assignments and projects, which is submitted on time. You can analyze and solve problems. You have acquired good communication skills through writing essays, taking part in tutorials and debates, and giving presentations. With these skills, having a job or not should not debar you from succeeding in life. Transform these skills to your advantage by creating your own jobs, meeting the demands of a changing modern job market. Being self-reliant and tapping on your own ingenuity to create and provide sellable services is becoming more important than ever. This is so because the traditional job market, wherein an establishment might be seeking an employee to perform a specific isolated task, is fast shrinking. Opportunity that now exists would require multitasking, wherein, for example, a medical doctor would perform his or her surgical operations during the day and work on developing an algorithm or a computer programming for the operations of some multinational company in the evening. This so-called intellectual malleability, wherein one is intellectually capable of changing and ably taking the required shape and form to perform multiple and diverse tasks, is the future. The days of cast iron intellectuals who break when taken away from their comfort zones are over. Ethical demands of society. Madam Minister and Vice Chancellor, in the world of work, there are some ethical demands. For example, while society would demand the protection of human rights and dignity, which involves the individual's fundamental rights of freedom and speech and assembly, many a time, social responsibility is normally relegated to the background. And only this impacts negatively on society. So also is the ethics of accountability and transparency. We must ensure as a nation that individuals be held responsible for their actions, which is fostered through honesty, candor, and transparency, be it in government, business, and personal relations. It is unacceptable for someone to be employed and be provided with the necessary facilities to perform the tasks of the office, only for these materials to disappear after some time. Practices like corruption, nepotism, cronyism will undermine the fair system and must be discouraged at all costs. The current trend of digitalization and digital technology that will endure. Madam Minister and Vice Chancellor of the University of Sierra Leone, before I close, allow me again to draw your attention, as I did last year, to digitalization and digital technology, which is in vogue, and will submit here that, and I will submit here that it will shape and guide the developmental pathways of every country now and in the future. Digitalization or strategic integration of digital technology in all areas of business is the current trend that will persist. This involves digital technology or the use of electronic systems to convert information into forms for easy storage, processing, transmission. The technology powers every form of calculators to phones, onto advanced artificial intelligence AI, enabling seamless communication, automation, and innovation. This is transforming industries, eliminating some jobs while creating new ones that will require different sets of skills. The application of digital technology is a testimony that it is an unapologetic presence in almost every sphere of our lives. This is so because it enhances communication, improves efficiency, drives sustained innovation, strengthens security, provides competitive advantage, and promotes employee well-being. For us working in education technology aspect of digital technology enables virtual classrooms which facilitates contactless delivery of information during emergencies such as outbreak of contagious diseases as we had during the Ebola and COVID period, or in cases of lack of adequate physical classroom spaces. We are going to get to a time where most of our students will not be attending lectures as we are doing now. We have to use technological advancement procedures. So with or without jobs, my friends, it is not a matter if we embrace digitalization brought about by digital technology, as we have long passed that juncture. Thus, I entreat you to seek and obtain training in the application of technology because you will find it useful. Our concern should be bringing potential adverse impacts of digitalization to the barest permissible minimum. We know how the AI operates. It is very easy for students to use the AI to get essays done. So what can we do to ensure that they are really writing creatively rather than just having something done for them by AI? My dearest students, or my dearest graduates, I wish you well from the bottom of my heart. May success be your portion, and may you, when out there, develop Sierra Leone to such higher heights that we will all look up and say, indeed, we have done well. I thank you all.
Thank you very much, Madam Chancellor. I now call on the Honorable Minister of Technical and Higher Education, Dr. Hajara Matulai Wui, to make her statement for 2 minutes.
Thank you very much. present, members of Parliament present, the Vice Chancellor and Principal of the University of Sierra Leone, visiting chancellors of other universities, members of the university boards present, visiting Vice Chancellors and Principals of other public and private universities, Deputy Vice Chancellors